Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now we're doing this a little bit differently today. So we are streaming, inshallah, through to YouTube, and I'll be sharing the screen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now we're doing this a little bit differently today. So we are streaming, inshallah. Okay, we're just doing some testing, just to make sure that we're not getting any feedback of the volume and the voice, inshallah. Because we had another screen open, so we're getting some feedback there. So just making sure that we're all good on that level, inshallah. So let's just get some thumbs up and some comments just to make sure that your end, you can hear the voice and audio all okay before we get the screen and the video up. All right, all good. Alhamdulillah. Excellent. Okay. All righty. Now, over the last few weeks, we've been going through the stories of the prophets, the Anbiya and the Mursaleen, the best people that Allah has sent to us, humanity. And they were the likes of Sayyidina Saleh, Sayyidina Hud, Sayyidina Idris, Sayyidina Adam, and Sayyidina Nuh alayhim as-salam, and all of the generations in between them. So hopefully you've had a chance to review some of those qasas, some of those stories of the great Anbiya, and inshallah, I've prepared about 28 questions on this Kahoot quiz, and they are mostly multiple choice, and you should be able to do very well. Let me just turn on video, inshallah, and that way we can move to the next level, inshallah. Let's just fix this one up. All right, so hopefully you can also see my video up there. It should appear in the top corner, hopefully, of the screen. So that way I'll be able to be there whilst sharing the Kahoot screen. So that's what we're going to do, inshallah. Anyone got any questions before we begin? Inshallah, all good, all well. All right. Now, if you haven't already registered as well, if I don't have record of your email address, then it's actually going to be helpful for that to occur. So that way, if you are the winner, you can actually contact us. I can contact you, and we can get the package sent to you, inshallah. And that's going to be, obviously, the quiz is open for everyone to attend, wherever you are in the world. But we'll only be taking the winner from the eligible entrants from those that are residing in Australia. Just makes it easier for us to post it out, inshallah, which will hopefully be a selection of Islamic gifts, and perhaps a couple of books as well in there for you to benefit from. So if there's anyone else in your house or your friends or family that you think may want to compete in the quiz today, let them know, give them a call, send them a text, WhatsApp, whatever you do, get them to come on our YouTube channel here, Faqir's YouTube channel, Ahmed Abdo, and they'll be able to connect, inshallah, just before we start. Now, once we move to the next screen, I'm just going to stop the sharing for a second, and then I'll have to share the screen of the Kahoot quiz. So that's what I'm going to do now. Now, in the meantime, the sharing is probably stopped now of what I had there. In the meantime, you're going to have your Kahoot app on a mobile device or any other device, so that you can go into the Kahoot app, or the Kahoot webpage, kahoot.it. Different members of the family can participate on different devices. You can each join in with your own name. That's perfectly fine and possible for you to do. And as long as you've got a number of devices, then you will be able to do that. Yes. All right, now let us move to our Kahoot. Let me get the quiz up on my screen. It's not on my screen, then I won't be able to share it to your screen. Stories of the Prophets. Inshallah. So if at any point in time there's something that breaks or disconnects or doesn't work, please let me know on the chat so I can see, because I've got another screen. I've got your comments there that I can see, so I can just make sure that I'm following all that as well. I'm going to get the screen up that's going to have the Kahoot code right now. So let's go to play and teach. Okay. All right, now I'm going to switch to the screen now, the other screen. So just stop that share. We'll share another screen now. Here we go. Okay, you should be able to see the Kahoot screen now, I hope. Make it full screen. And the code there, the PIN code is 5155992. You can join in, inshallah, either on the Kahoot app on your mobile device or kahoot.it on any browser, mobile or your desktop, laptop, whatever you've got. Okay, we got people coming in, inshallah, joining in. We'll give you a bit of time. Choose a name that you're going to know and that I'm going to know as well. So that way we can follow you all. If you're a family, you can put your family name. If you're on your own, you can put your individual name. All right, we're getting everyone in, alhamdulillah, that's good. By the way, if you haven't registered, if you don't have, if you're not receiving my emails, that means you're not on the list, on the mailing list. So if you're not on the mailing list, then I don't have record that you're actually playing. So the best way that you can do that is just to simply go to coolcollege.com/events. And then just register for Stories of the Prophets if you haven't already, and if you haven't received, because I sent out a reminder last night about the quiz. And if you didn't receive that, maybe check your spam. If you still didn't get it, then you're probably not registered. So just make sure you register. That way we've got record and we can continue to send you updates on this and other series and other programs, inshallah. All right. So we're at this stage 20-something players, 22 players or so, 23 or thereabouts. All right, as people are joining in, the stories of the prophets, the Anbiya and the Mursaleen, these are the heavyweights. These are the great people that Allah has sent to us on earth, and they are there for us to take guidance and for them to be our role models. And it was a beautiful opportunity to dive deep into their lives and to know that they are all in a chain, and the last of them to come would be the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if Allah gives us the opportunity, wouldn't it be great to finish the retelling of the stories of all the prophets and then come to the life of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Okay, are we all ready? Anyone need a bit more time? Put your hands up If you need some more time to get in, put your hands up. If not, we are going to start, inshallah. Okay. It's the first time that I do something like this in terms of openly. We've done this at Cool College with our students in our virtual classrooms, but in terms of doing it through social media and YouTube, this is first time. So inshallah it goes okay, and excuse us for any bumps and obstacles. All right, Bismillah, tawakkalna ala Allah, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-ali al-azim. Now, our shuyukh tell us that before we sit an exam, you're going to be sitting an exam now, but it's a fun exam. We ask Allah for dua for inshirah, for opening our chest, opening our heart. So we recite Alam nashrah laka sadrak. So let's recite Alam nashrah laka sadrak, inshallah. And no one's to cheat. You can't look at anyone else's device or anyone else's screen. You are doing it on your own. If you're doing it as an individual, doing it as a family, no problem. Ahlan wa sahlan. Mum, dad, uncles, aunties, grandparents, cousins, grandchildren, all together, no problem. Now let us recite, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني. And we recite Al-Fatiha, inshallah, for Allah to give us openings in this quiz. All together. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I can't hear you. All together means you got to open your mouth, move your tongue. Ready again. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Ameen. All right. Sadaqallah al-Azim. I need a comment, a thumbs up. Everyone's ready, inshallah. We're all charged up. I know some of you said ready and thanks and stuff, but let's have, inshallah, just on your chat there, let's say thumbs up. We're all ready to go. And we will start kicking off with our first question. We just had another couple of people join us. So once I get your signs, we're going to kick off, inshallah. And not stopping. Oh, some more people coming in. Quick, quick, quick. If you're going to come in now, because we're about to start. We have got, how many questions do I have? I've got, mashallah, so many questions. 28 questions, I think, from memory, that I wrote. Okay, ready to go. Here we go. And we're going to hit start. Okay, so you're going to see the screen in front of you that you're watching on YouTube. That's where the questions are going to be, if you haven't done this before. And then on your mobile device or on another browser, you're going to, using the Kahoot app or at kahoot.it, you are going to be shown 4 boxes, different colors and shapes. They will correspond to the answers that you're going to see on the screen in front of you, right, in the live stream. So you'll need to choose the right color for that answer. But of course, all our young people, you're probably well aware of this. You might be doing lots of these at school anyhow. Okay, Bismillah, here we go. توكلنا على الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Oops. And there goes my screen. I pressed something and I lost the screen. All right, let me get the screen again then. Subhanallah. See, always these things happen. All right, here we go again. Let's get the screen again. Bismillah. La ilaha illallah. Okay, screen again. Come on, screen. Okay, is the screen back? Inshallah, the screen's back now. Okay, here we go. Start again now. You're still there. I only lost the screen. I didn't lose you. Okay, here we go. Start. We're going to click start. This one here. Start. Okay, start. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Action. Quiz. Before human beings came on earth, who lived here? Was it angels? That's red. Was it jinn? That's blue. Was it aliens? That's yellow. Was it green? We don't have that knowledge. So, before human beings came on earth, who lived here? Choose the right answer. If you think it was angels, choose red. If you think it was blue, jinn. If you think it was, all answered already? Okay. So far, mashallah. Okay, so 14 people got blue, and that is jinn. Correct. That was the correct answer. Because before Allah put human beings on earth, there was already jinn kind inhabiting earth. And the jinn we know, just so we review, there were believing jinn and disbelieving jinn, good and bad jinn, just like human beings. And we human beings are mukallafun, meaning we are legally and morally responsible before Allah for iman, for disbelief, for guidance, for misguidance. And the jinn are the same kind, same thing, same deal. They do good and they do bad. They believe in Allah, they don't believe in Allah, some of them. And they're going to be rewarded and punished in the akhirah, right? Just like human beings. Just like we enter Jannah, inshallah, likewise, believers of the jinn will also enter Jannah. So that's our first question. All right, let's go to the second one. Oh, scoreboard already, mashallah. Remember, you've got to be quick with this. It's not just the people that get the right answer, but you have to be quick in pressing the right answer. That way you get a higher score. It's not just getting the right answer. It's being the right answer and being the first up. So far we have, at number 1, as you can see there, there's your scoreboard. Hamza, and then Abdullah, A, then Islam family, then Umar. Okay, next question, number 2. We got a puzzle. Place the following prophets in the order which they came to earth. Okay, so you've got 4 prophets there. You've got to reorder them in the correct order that Allah sent them to earth. Who came to earth first? You've got 10 seconds left. It's only 20 seconds in total. So reorder them in order. From left to right, I think it is. Did you get it? I don't think everyone was able to do that. It was very, very quick, that one, wasn't it? So obviously it was Adam, Idris, Nuh, then Hud, right? That was the order in which Allah had sent them. Sorry if it was a bit quick. I should have made that duration a little longer. Okay, not to worry. So let's see who got the correct answers. MashaAllah. Okay, so we got there up at the top still, Hamza. Let's go to the next question, number 3. Why did the angels take Iblis up with them from the earth to the heavens? Was it Iblis asked to go up? Red. Was it the angels chose someone randomly? Blue. Was it Iblis worshipped Allah so much? Yellow. Or was it the angels wanted to trick him? Green. What do you think is the correct answer? Okay, so Iblis worshipped Allah so much. That was the correct answer. I've got some comments here that's timing out very quickly. I'm wary of that. What we could do is we could quickly pause and could just go in the back end and very, very quickly change the duration of the questions or the time that the answers actually appear. Would that be something that might help? If it is, and if we're going to get a bit more involvement and ability to answer questions, then let's do that. What do you say? Should we do that? Let me go in to the back end there of the Kahoot quiz and see if I can very quickly just edit it and we'll increase the duration. Should we do that? It might change the order of who's winning and so on. It's only a few questions that we've taken, so that's okay. There's many more. We'll see if I can do that from now, at least for the next question. Let me see if I'll try for the next question, and then we can see if that works for all of them. Okay, let's change the duration. We'll give it, say, how's 30 seconds? All right, I've changed the next question to 30 seconds. Let's see if that is going to reflect now in the quiz that we've got without pausing. On the screen, the timer in question is on, but on our app device, time's up. It could be the delay in the streaming, but it is actually only 20 seconds anyhow that the time is given. So yeah, maybe because of that delay, you don't get enough time. So what I'll do, perhaps I will make it a minute. If I make it a minute, that will take into account the delay that actually occurs. That's probably a good point. I didn't realize that actually. So let's put question number 4 at 60 seconds. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right. Okay, so at the moment, Hamza and Hamza right at the top. Okay, let's go to the next one. Here we go. Who was the first to know that Allah was going to create human beings? Was it jinn? Was it animals? Was it angels? Was it stars? Alrighty, how did we go there? Did we get everyone answering? Yeah, angels. The time didn't actually reflect in the increase there. So it looks like we've got to actually get out of the quiz and then restart it and change each of the questions individually. That's the way it's going to happen. Let me just get some feedback. Should we just continue as is with the current time limit and you just try and be quick in answering the questions? Or should we just take a quick break and reset the whole thing? Let's just see with what the majority thinks. I'll take your feedback right now. And we'll see what we can do going forward, just to make sure it's easy for everyone. Okay, if I can get as many comments as possible, just so we have everyone's involvement. Okay, reset the whole thing. We couldn't answer due to the timeouts. Yeah, reset. Okay, so I'm break, please. Okay, my apologies. Let me quickly do that. We'll stop that screen share, inshallah, and then I'll restart it because I want to do this properly, and we'll put a bit more time. Can try Zoom, which tends to be faster. Yeah. Well, the thing is, we're streaming from Zoom through to YouTube, so again, it could be an additional delay. So we've got people saying continue, restart. I'm gonna what we'll do. I'll quickly reset this. I'll quickly reset these timings. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if I can quickly do this, and then we'll restart the Kahoot, inshallah. We'll give it 60. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long, inshallah, for me to do all of these. So hopefully it'll be fairer for everyone, and that's what we want. Okay, already up to number 7. Now number 8. Now number 9. La ilaha illallah. How about we be in dhikr, inshallah, whilst we're doing this, just so we don't lose time. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, nastaghfirullah, nas'aluka al-jannata wa na'udhu bika minan nar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, nastaghfirullah, nas'aluka al-jannata wa na'udhu bika minan nar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله نستغفر الله نسألك الجنة ونعوذ بك من النار. I've just had a message here from my family. Take away the time limit so you go to the next question when you see everyone has answered. Okay, how do I do that? Because I've only got a time limit in terms of for each question. So I'm just going to continue putting each one on 60 seconds, and then I can actually just end the question once everyone I see has answered. So we'll just continue like that, inshallah. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا كريم. Nearly done. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله نستغفر الله نسألك الجنة ونعوذ بك من النار. Okay, done. So that is ready to go, inshallah. And we will stop that screen because I think it's going to come up with a new. Just stop that sharing. All right, we're going to reset now. So my apologies, but end that quiz. Okay, let me go back and finish. All right, let me just get the quiz up now so I can share that screen. I'll just check. We're on 60 seconds. Perfect. They're all on 60 seconds. Okay, we'll put play here. And we should be ready to go, inshallah. Okay, that is just about ready to go. And let's share screen. What a process this is, subhanAllah. Okay. All right, should see the screen in front of me now. Oh. New screen, I think it's a new pin as well. So the new pin is 89386. 89386 is the new pin. So ready to join, inshallah. Put in your names, family names, individual names, something to identify with. And let's get going. My apologies. First time we do this via YouTube, so trial and error. Okay, it's not letting us choose the nickname. Maybe because I had refusing inappropriate nicknames. Maybe it was a bit of a funny name. Oh, it's asking to spin. Oh, wow, whoa, subhanAllah. Interesting. Okay. That's why everyone's got these funny nicknames. All right. Mystery Puffin, and that's interesting. That was not intended. All right, let me do that again then, so we can actually get some proper names. My apologies for this. I'm going to stop that again, and I'll restart this. That's not what I intended. Let me start that again. That's interesting. I was saying, why these people got all these funny names? All right, so just close that again. Okay, third time, inshallah. Third time. All right, that'll teach me not to choose different options. All right, not to play around with with the nickname options. Okay. Friendly nickname generator. That's what it was. Subhanallah. Okay. All right. I'm not going to play around with that. I promise. Back to normal. Okay. New pin again. Here we go. Last time. So just exit whatever you're in and start again. Inshallah, this will be the last one. Hopefully we get it right this time. All right. Now you should be able to choose your names. Ya Rab, inshallah, you should be able to choose your correct names. 6520324 is the correct pin now. Alhamdulillah, we've got correct names now. Good, good, good. Alhamdulillah. Okay, I'm not going to be in charge of the Kahoot options next time. I'll get someone else to do that. All right, come on. Well, there's more time now for people to join, so more opportunity for more competition. And sorry to those that were on the top of the scoreboard. I know you wanted to continue because you were winning and you wanted to just continue winning, but قدر الله ما شاء فعل. Allah wills and decrees with that which He wishes. So 6520324, you've got the Kahoot now pin ready to go, inshallah. And just wait for our last few people to join. And if you've told anyone that wants to join, they're more than welcome to join, inshallah. So far, we've got 22 players. 22 players for Stories of the Prophets quiz. All right, but we're just going to continue right now as we are. And we'll start, inshallah, with our first question. So, all on board, all ready, inshallah. Hopefully, we should be nice and smooth this time. Okay. And ready to go? Bismillah, we'll start. Yep, thumbs up. All good on your end. Sound, screen, all good in front of you. That's a yes, inshallah. All right, we got the go ahead to start from our participants. Yes? Ready to start? All good? Can we get maybe just one or two people just to show me in the comments that we're ready to go from your end? Yep, just waiting for someone's comment. Can't see anything at the moment. Just if I can get one or two people just to let me know that all is good on your end, that you can see in here. Everything ready? Good, good, good. Alhamdulillah. Okay, excellent. Received it now. Okay, here we go. Bismillah. Stories of the Prophets. 3, 2, 1, and go. Before human beings came on earth, who lived here? Was it angels? Was it jinn? Was it aliens? Or we don't have that knowledge? So good. We've got 60 seconds now to finish it. That's excellent. So we've got more time. So who was it that lived on earth before human beings? Angels, jinn, aliens, or we don't have that knowledge? Excellent. All right. I think we've got most of our people answered already. And we got 26 answers. Okay. 23 got jinn. Correct. It was the jinn kind, as we said before, that were inhabiting Earth, and there were good and there were bad of them, as we explained before. Okay, go to the next question. Next question, because we've already taken this one. So, Hamza's still on top, mashallah. Okay. All right, now's the puzzle. Place the following prophets in the order which they came to Earth. So who was first? Who was second? Who was third? Who was fourth? Put them. You have to rearrange them. Huh? I think you got to like drag the boxes. Which prophet came first? Was it Idris, Hud, Adam, Noor? Who came after Adam? Was it Noor? Was it Idris? Was it Hud? Who came after him? Who came after him? So you've got 30 seconds to put them in the right order. We've already got 20 answers so far. That's good. Alhamdulillah. Still waiting for a few more answers. All right, you're getting them in the right order. Remember, Idris was a really special prophet. We don't have much information about Idris in terms of what has come to us of knowledge, but we do know some special qualities about Sayyidina Idris alayhi salam. All right, the correct order is Sayyidina Adam, followed by Idris, followed by Sayyidina Nuh, and then Hud alayhi salam. Right, that was the order. Good, mashallah. Most of you, 75% it looks like, got the correct answer. Well done. All right, and next. So who's in the lead now? Abdullah A is up the top. And the Tabish is the highest climber, gone up 8 places. And Hamza has gone down to 4th place. Islam family very close behind at second. Okay. Next question, number 3. Why did the angels take Iblis up with them from earth to the heavens? Remember, Iblis was one of the jinn. He was on earth. Why did the angels take him with them to the heavens, to the garden in the heavens? Was it Iblis asked them, can I go up with you? Or did the angels just choose anyone from earth randomly? That's blue. Or yellow, was it Iblis worshipped Allah so much that the angels decided, well, this is a good creation of Allah, let's take him with us to the heavens? Or was it the last one, green, the angels wanted to trick him and get him off earth and put him somewhere else? What was the right answer? Let's see. Good. Excellent. Alhamdulillah. Everyone got the right answer. Iblis worshipped Allah so much. And in fact, there was no place on earth except that he'd worshipped Allah. That's how deeply connected he was in his worship. But the problem with Iblis was it was just outward worship. It was zahir ibadah. There was no ruh, there was no spirit in the ibadah. It was just to show others that he was a close creature to Allah. And that's a reminder to all of us that with our physical ibadah, we also need to be sure that our ruh, that our spirit, our intention is for Allah and Allah alone. We're not doing it to show off. We're not doing it to appear as though that we are good people, but we're doing it because that is what Allah deserves. Okay, I'm so happy that everyone got that answer correct. All right, let's see the scoreboard. Islam family up the top, and Ali O has the highest answer streak of 3, whatever that means. If someone can explain that you got 3 in a row, correct? I don't know. Okay, next question, number 4 of 28. Who was the first to know that Allah was going to create human beings? Who did Allah tell? Did he tell the jinn? That's red. Or did he tell the animals first? That was blue. Or was it the angels? That's yellow or brown. Or was it the stars? Allah told the stars in the heavens, I'm going to create a human being. That's green. So who did Allah first inform that he says, I am going to create a human being? Alhamdulillah, it was the angels. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells them, Inni ja'ilun fil ardi, something. I'm not going to say what it is because that's related to another question. Allah tells the angels, yeah. It wasn't the jinn, it wasn't the animals first, it was the angels. And the angels had that hadra of Allah, right? The presence of Allah to them. Scoreboard, Islam family, right up the top. And I'm thinking that's Muhammad and Khadija Islam, probably. And El Hajjar family has a streak with 4 correct answers in a row. MashaAllah, that's good. But we need to see you climb up high in the scoreboard. Okay, anyone can still join the Kahoot, by the way. If you've just joined the stream, you can go to kahoot.it on your browser and punch in the pin 6520324, and you should be able to continue on with our interactive quiz on stories of the prophets, if you've just joined us. Okay, let's go to our next question, number 5. When talking to the angels, which title did Allah use to refer to the human being? Which he will create. So how did Allah refer to the human being when he was talking to the angels? Did he say, I'm going to create my Khalil, I'm going to create a Abd, I'm going to create the Insan, or I'm going to create a Khalifa? Which one of these Arabic terms did Allah use? Khalil is a friend, intimate friend. A Abd is a slave. Insan is a human being. And a Khalifa is a vicegerent, a representative. Big distribution here. Well done. Correct answer is Khalifa. Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah, إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. Indeed, I'm going to place a Khalifa on earth. And that Khalifa is Adam alayhi salam. He's the representative of the law of Allah on earth. It wasn't Khalil. Khalil is a title given to Sayyidina Ibrahim. He's Khalilullah. It wasn't Abd, because Abd is given to every human being, servant of Allah. And he didn't use that term when he was talking to the angels. And Insan is just the Arabic word for human being, but Allah mentioned Khalifa. And that's in Surah Al-Baqarah. Good to see that most people got it, but some people got tricked maybe with Insan, given that's human being. So we're looking for the term that Allah used when he spoke to the angels. Okay, hopefully it's all going good for everyone on your end. You can see the questions, hitting the answers, all smooth, inshallah. So just let us know the feedback in the comments, please. All right, so let's see who's in. SubhanAllah, Islam family still on top. Combo breaker, 6 players just dropped the answer streak of 4, unfortunately. And we've got a few people that have climbed up the leader scoreboard. Okay, next question, number 6. Why did the angels question Allah when he told them he would be placing human beings on earth? Because they did question Allah. Is that they say, so was it they were jealous that Allah is going to create another creation and they just wanted to be there? Or was it that the angels wished that they could live on earth instead and not the human being? Or was it the angels had seen how the jinn had spread corruption on earth and they didn't want another creature to do the same thing that the jinn had done and spread corruption and blood on earth? That's yellow. Or green. The angels wanted to influence the decision of Allah, given that they were close to Allah. And I'll discuss these answers once we get everyone. I think we need one more answer before we're done. Come on, whoever's still waiting to give that answer, because I think we're on 26 people. One more person for the answer. 3 seconds left. So why did the angels question Allah when he told them he'd be placing human beings on earth? Looks like we've only got 25. Okay. So yeah, most of you got the right answer. The angels had seen how the jinn had spread corruption on earth. أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيُسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءَ وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِكَ وَنُقَدِّسُ لَكَ. That was the answer of the angels. Are you going to place a creation on earth that spreads corruption, that spills blood? Here we are glorifying you and your praises, O Allah. So they didn't want disobedience to happen on earth like they saw with the jinn kind who spread corruption on earth, because they had free will. Okay. Still at the top is Isa, Islam family. Let's see, can anyone topple the Islam family for that top position? Very, very close, mashallah. Okay, next question. Once Allah had created Adam's body, how did Iblis respond? Remember, Iblis was there in the garden, in the heavens. Was he happy that Allah had created Adam's body? So he was happy with joy, that's red. Or did he become jealous and envious? That's blue. Or he behaved as though nothing happened, everything was just normal. That's yellow. Or he decided to leave the heavens. That's green. How did Iblis respond after Allah had created Adam's body? He became jealous and envious. Everyone got the right answer, exactly. And that was the root cause for his disobedience. And that is also the root cause of much sin in the world today. Okay, score. Still Islam family on top. MashaAllah, they are going even further in front. SR is the highest climber, up 3 places, whoever SR is. Question number 8. Once the ruh, or the soul, had been placed into Adam, what was the first thing he did? We took this, remember, if you remembered our first 2 lessons. Did he begin reciting the Quran? Or he sneezed? Or he didn't know what to do? Or he was confused? Remember, once Allah had placed the ruh inside Adam to give him life, what was the first thing he did, action, that we're told in the hadith? He began reciting Quran, he sneezed, he didn't know what to do, he was confused. Oh, where am I? Which one of these did Sayyidina Adam do after the ruh was cast into him? It was, let's see, we only got 23 answers so far. Are we missing a couple? Oh, okay, it was he sneezed. That is the correct answer. And when he did sneeze, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responded to him. So let's see our next score. Okay, Islam family is still at the top, mashallah, but there's still opportunity for people to catch up. Next question. After Adam sneezed, what did he say? Did he say Alhamdulillah? That's red. Did he say Allahu Akbar? That's blue. Did he say Subhanallah? Yellow. Or did he say La ilaha illallah? Green. What was the first words he said after he sneezed? So he sneezed, first thing he did. Then the first thing he said after he sneezed, what was it? And everyone's got to get this. Come on, there's no excuses for not getting the right answer here. He said, Alhamdulillah, this is exactly what we say after we sneeze. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam encouraged us as the sunnah to say Alhamdulillah, right? And that's where we get it from. Sayyidina Adam, he was the first one to say Alhamdulillah after sneezing. And no, it wasn't La ilaha illallah that he said after sneezing, although that is a true statement, La ilaha illallah. Score is, mashallah, 100 points in front, the Islam family. Subhanallah. And Zainab is back with an answer streak of 3. Well done, Zainab. Good stuff. Okay. Islam family, do you want to tell us who is helping you with your answers? Is it just you in terms of the children? Or is it mum and dad as well that are helping you? Doing it as a family, no problem. Families are welcome to help each other, inshallah. It's a family affair. Okay. Next question. What were the first words Allah instructed Adam to speak to the angels? This was after he sneezed. After he said, Alhamdulillah, Allah says to him, Yarhamuk Allah, may Allah have mercy upon you. Then Allah tells him, go to the angels over there and say to them these words. Did Allah tell Adam, go to the angels and tell them, Marhaba, welcome? Or did Allah tell Adam, go to the angels and tell them, Assalamu alaikum? Or did he tell Adam to go to the angels and tell them, Ittaqullah, fear Allah? Or did he tell Adam to tell the angels, tell them, Astaghfirullah? Which one? Red, blue, yellow, green. Assalamu alaikum, indeed it was. And in response, the angels, all of them, they said, Wa alayka assalam wa rahmatullah. And upon you be salam and the rahmah of Allah. And Allah then tells Adam, this is your greeting and the greeting of your descendants after you. And this is where we get our greeting from, boys and girls, mums and dads. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah comes from that initial conversation that Sayyidina Adam had with the noble angels. Score. Still Islam family on top. And we've got 6 players just hit answer streak of 5. Okay, good stuff. Question 11. Once Allah taught Adam the names of all things, what did Allah ask the angels to do? Was it to present Adam with the best food in paradise as a gift for him? Or was it to shake Adam's hand because he just learned the names of all things? Or was it for them to say, Allahu Akbar, right? Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Or did he ask the angels to prostrate, to fall down in sujood in front of Adam? That's green. So was it red, blue, yellow, or green? Indeed, it was green. It was prostrate in front of Adam. It wasn't to shake Adam's hand. That didn't happen. But what did happen, at least what we know, what Allah tells us in the Quran, was that Allah tells the angels to make sajda li Adam, to prostrate before Adam. And amongst the angels was Iblis. Even though he wasn't an angel, he also received the command of Allah to prostrate before Adam alayhi salam. Okay, it's getting a bit close. Hopefully, still quite close, mashallah. Fatima has a streak with 11 correct answers in a row. Go, well done. Okay, you remember, you got to be quick. You got to be quick with your answers. Discuss, work out what the right answer is, and then quickly hit the right color on your device. Okay, number 12. From which part of Adam's body did Allah create Hawa, Eve, his wife? Was it his bent rib? Was it his heart? Was it his soul? Was it his eyes? His bent rib is red. His heart is blue. His soul yellow, or his eyes green. Because Hawa was the wife of Adam. He created her as his companion and his partner. And that's what completed Adam alayhi salam. And that was the first, if you like, marriage in our human history between Adam and Hawa. It wasn't his soul, it was his bent rib. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us in the hadith that Allah created Hawa from the bent rib of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. And it's interesting that it's a rib, because the rib is part of the rib cage, which is the area of the body that protects the most important organ of the body, and that is the heart. And so likewise, a woman, in a sense, protects her husband, his honor and his dignity. And Hawa comes from Haya, Haya referring to life. And she was created from a living being. Hawa was created from a living being, and that is Adam alayhi salam. And in fact, one of the scholars of our ummah, Imam al-Qastallani, in his book on Sirah called Al-Mawahib al-Ladunniya, sorry, no, that's Imam al-Nabhani's summary. نعم المواهب اللدنية, because Imam Nabhani's summary is called Al-Anwar al-Muhammadiyya من Al-Anwar al-Muhammadiyya من no, I forget the title. Imam Qastallani, Al-Mawahib al-Ladunniya. That was Imam Qastallani's encyclopedic Sirah book. In it, he mentions a report, a narration, that when Allah created Hawa from Adam, and he was impressed with her and so filled with joy, and he was about to extend his hand to her, the angel said, just wait. You're not able to touch her unless you give her the sadaq, or the mahr, the gift, the marriage gift. And so he says, well, what's this mahr that I need to give her? What's this marriage gift that I need to give? And so they said, the angel said, you need to send salat upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one of his descendants. And so Adam alayhi salam sends salat upon the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, even though he is one of his descendants. But Adam knows about the existence of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he was that initial creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in that pure nur from which the rest of creation comes, as reported in the hadith of Sayyidina Jabir bin Abdullah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Okay, score. Islam family still on top, and we've still got quite a bit to catch up, but still very close. Question 13, nearly halfway. Why was Iblis banished or removed from heaven? Was it he made an innocent mistake? That's red. Was it he refused to obey the command of Allah? That's blue. Or was it Iblis preferred to leave heaven? That's yellow. Or the angels asked Allah to remove him? That's green. Now I want the most correct answer. Some might appear as though that they might be right, but I want the most correct answer. Exactly. So glad everyone got that. He refused to obey the command of Allah, and that was to prostrate before Adam. And he says, I'm better than Adam. You created me out of fire. You created him out of clay. Therefore, I'm better than him. So it's your fault, oh Allah, that I'm not prostrating to him. And that's the the evil of Iblis, and that he blames Allah for his sin. Okay, score, mashallah. Still got the same numbers, the same names on the scoreboard, but we have, okay, Omar Newman has the highest answer streak of 13. So it looks like, Omar, you got 13 questions in a row, mashallah. Well done. Let's see if we can get you higher up on the scoreboard. Make sure you're nice and quick as you're answering those questions. Number 14, halfway. How did Adam end up leaving the garden in heaven? Was it he lost his way, red? He wanted to live a hard life, blue? Or was it Iblis lied and tricked him into eating from the tree, yellow? Or he asked Allah to place him on earth, that's green? How did Adam end up leaving the garden in heaven? You say when Iblis was banished from heaven, he tried to enter, but the angels that were the guardians to the gates didn't allow him. And so he'd come to different animals to try and enter through them, with them, and they refused. But there was one that allowed him, and that was the snake. And so he entered through the snake into the heavens. And that's how he got through. Hint. So what's the correct answer? Yes, it was Iblis lied and tricked him into eating from the tree. Iblis comes and he tells Adam, he takes oath by Allah. He says, by Allah, wallahi, I am a true advisor, sincere advisor to you. The only reason that Allah prohibited you from eating from the tree was because if you do, then you'll have endless life and you'll have unlimited wealth. And Adam alayhi salam at that point was not aware or forgot the command of his Lord. And so he believed Iblis. And the reason why he believed Iblis, because he'd never experienced anyone lying or tricking him before. He was a man of purity and only lived a pure life in the heavens. Okay, scores. Islam family still on top. And Hamza second, Talha third, Abdullah, then Fatima. Okay. Question 15. All of Adam and Hawa's children were born individually, that's red, born as twins, blue, born as triplets, yellow, born as quadruplets, green. How were they born? And of course, Hawa gives birth. Did she give birth to each child on their own? Or she gave birth to each child as twins, meaning boy and girl, boy and girl, boy and girl, twins? Or triplets, boy, girl, boy, like this? Or quadruplets, was there 4 children born every time Hawa gave birth? What are we looking at? And the number of births that Hawa gave was actually 20, we are told. 20. And once we get the right answer, we multiply 20 by the number of children in each birth, which was twins. So 20 times 2 is 40. So there were 40 twins that Hawa and Adam gave birth to. And we had a couple of wrong answers individually and born as triplets. Okay, next question. Let's race through these. We've got lots to go through. Islam family still on top. We've got a bit of change. We've got Omar now coming at 5th. We've got Fatima at 4th. We've got Abdullah A at 3rd. Islam family still on top. Emmy's back with an answer streak of 3, whoever Emmy is. 16, come on, let's go. What were the names of the 2 sons of Adam who ended up having a disagreement? Remember them? And of course, one was in the right, one was in the wrong. Was it Harun and Musa, red? Was it Hatim and Qasim, blue? Was it Habil and Qabil, yellow? Or we don't have knowledge of their names. Allah never told us. So that's green. So we can't just guess names if we weren't told those names. Which 2 names, or was it we don't know? Who are the 2 sons of Adam that ended up having a disagreement? And the disagreement was about marriage. One of them, or they were both told that you must marry the twin sister of your brother, because they weren't allowed to marry their own twin sister. They had to marry the twin sister of another brother. But one of them wasn't happy with that ruling because he wanted to marry his own twin sister. And in fact, it was Qabil. Qabil wanted to marry his own twin sister and not the twin sister of Habil, because to him, his own twin sister was more beautiful. And so he refused. When he refused, then Allah inspired Adam to instruct them to show which has the closer sacrifice to Allah, which will do a sacrifice to Allah that Allah will accept. So each one of them gave from what they had. One was a shepherd, and the other was a farmer. And they each gave one of their crop, one of their herd, and the one that Allah accepted, the fire came and took it, and that indeed was Habil. And that was a sign that Qabil was in the wrong. In English, Cain and Abel. All right, 16 correct answers in a row there from our number 5 position. Muhammad. Islam family still up the top, mashallah, but Hamza is 37 points behind. Question 17, who was Sheath? Sheath, who was that? A special angel in charge of the oceans, red. The son born to Adam and Hawa after Habil was murdered, blue. Habil's son who witnessed his father's murder, yellow. Or the angel who writes down our good deeds, green. Who was Sheath? Interesting. Who was Sheath? There are special angels. There are angels in charge of rain and rizq, right? Mikael is angel in charge of death, angel of death, Azrael. Angel in charge of blowing in the trumpet, Israfil. Angel in charge of wahi, revelation. Who's Sheath? Was he Habil's son who witnessed his father's murder by Qabil? It was the son born to Adam and Hawa after Habil was murdered. In fact, Sheath, this is not a question, but maybe someone can give me the answer on the YouTube comment. What does Sheath mean? What does the name Sheath mean? Let's see if anyone remembers that from our previous lessons. What does the name of Sheath mean? Okay. Let's see who's in top still. Islam family still on top, mashallah. Yes, well done. Sheath means present, gift of Allah. And he was called Sheath because he was a gift of Allah after their son Habil was murdered by the other son, the older one, Qabil. Perfect. Okay, 18. Who was the next prophet to be sent after Adam and Sheath? Because Sheath inherited the prophecy from Adam alayhi salam as well. So after Adam, after Sheath, who was the next prophet that Allah sent? Idris, red. Nuh, blue. Ibrahim, yellow. Saleh, green. Who was the next prophet to be sent? These were all prophets, Idris, Nuh, Ibrahim, and Saleh, but we're looking which one was the one sent straight after Adam and Sheath. Ibrahim was a great prophet. He's considered the grandfather of all prophets after him. Nuh was a great prophet. He's from Ulul Azm. It was Idris, alayhi salam. Idris. And Idris was a special prophet. Allah raised him to right up in the middle of the 7 heavens. Islam family still on top. Omar Newman just hit answer streak of 18. We need to see you quicker. And let's see if we can get some new names as well on the top of the scoreboard. 19. Prophet Idris worked as a tailor, meaning he used to sew, and used to say, with every stitch he would sew, what would he say? He used to sew. That was his mihna, his profession. What would he say with every stitch? Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar, MashaAllah. What would Idris say as he would work in his sewing? He was a person of dhikr. In fact, we're told by Ibn Kathir in one of the transmissions that Idris alayhi salam, his good deeds as a result of his dhikr and his ibadah and his worship, it was equivalent to the good deeds of all of the inhabitants of the earth at his time. SubhanAllah, it's pretty huge, isn't it? So what did he say when he would sew? And this, inshallah, when you sew, whether you're a boy or girl, you're doing a bit of stitching, every time you sew, you can say the same thing, like Sayyidina Idris would do. He would say, Subhanallah, How was it? He'd say Subhanallah with every stitch he would sew. So every time you sew, say the same thing. Subhanallah. Okay, Islam family still on top. Omar Newman, you're on the board, mashallah, well done. We got a new top scorer there. Well done. Okay, next 20. Getting to the end now. Prophet Noah called his people to Allah for how many years? 20 years red, 2,000 years blue, 950 years yellow, or 550 years green? You should all be able to get this one. Allah tells us in the Quran the answer. Very easy. How long did Noah call his people in da'wah to Allah for? 20 years, 2,000, 950, or 550? How long? Still waiting for a couple more answers. Nuh alayhi salam would be the prophet of great sabr and perseverance. And it was 950 years. Imagine that, calling your people 950 years. They just place their fingers in their ears, place their clothes on top of their heads, and they wouldn't want to listen to Noah. They'd say, you're just a madman. You don't know what you're doing. You're building this ship, this ark in the middle of the desert, nowhere. You're crazy. But they were the crazy ones because he was following the command of Allah and they were refusing to move away from the worship of idols. There we have it. Ali O is the highest climber, up 3 places. Maybe Ali O, you will get to the visible scoreboard very, very soon. Next, question 21. How many levels were there on the Ark of Noah? And I mentioned this. How many levels? How many stories on the ship of the Ark of Noah? Was it 2-level ship? Was it a 3-level ship, 4 levels, or 5 levels? And on each one of the levels, Noah would have a certain group of creation that he brought with him onto the ship. What did he have with him? Well, he had with him beasts, the animals of the earth. He had with him human beings, and he had with him birds. How many levels were there on the Ark of Noah? 2, 3, 4, or 5? There were 3 levels on the Ark of Noah. 3 levels. On one level, he had animals. On the other level, he had the human beings. And on the other level, he had the birds, the flying creatures. Score still, mashallah, Islam family right up the top. And there's opportunity for more people to catch up. 22. How did the disobedient one of Nuh's sons face the end of his life? Nuh had several sons. 3 were believers and they were saved, but one of them was a disbeliever. And how did he face the end of his life? What happened to him? Was it red? He thought he would be safe from Allah's punishment on top of a mountain? Or was it he was swallowed by an earthquake? Blue. Or he was taken by a strong wind? Yellow. Or he died a normal death? Green. Which one of these? Yep, definitely. He was thinking on the top of a mountain he'll be safe, but no one was safe from the punishment of Allah on that day. Okay, Sulaiman is back with an answer streak of 3. Okay, question 23. Allah sent Prophet Hud to which people? What was the name of his people? Were they called Thamud? Red. Were they called Ad? Blue. Were they called Quraysh? Yellow. Or were they called Madian? Green. What was the name of the people that Allah sent Hud, Prophet Hud to? Hud was he was huge. He lived for a long time, and his people had been given great skill. They could carve in mountains. They had great technology, great power. But unfortunately, they were arrogant and proud. They also used to fall in the same sin that the people of Nuh did, and they began to worship statues and idols. It was the people called the Ad, Ad, and Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam is buried in the southern province of Yemen, in Hadramaut, which His grave is known till this day. And we have a new change on our scoreboard. Hamza right up the top, mashallah, with Fatima second, or Umar third, or Umar Newman fourth, and Islam family, what happened? Fifth. And Tabish is making comeback with 3 in a row. Things have changed. The quiz is totally turned upside down. Who would have thought that the Islam family would be coming down to 5th place, and Hamza right up the top, and Umar out of nowhere coming up in 4th, mashallah. Okay. And Umar, I saw your father, mashallah, last night, and he said to me that you're following the classes, so it was good to have you on the quiz. All right, 24. When did the Ark of Noah reach safety after the end of the flood? Which date? When did the ship reach safety? When was the flood down and the ship then came to safe land? What date was it? Was it the 1st of Rajab, red? Was it the 27th of Ramadan, blue, right? Many people believe Laylatul Qadr, special day. Or was it the 10th of Muharram, yellow? Or was it the 12th of Rabi' al-Awwal, green, the night of the birth of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, another special day in our calendar? So what day of the year was it in our Islamic calendar? Because they still had these time frames. It was the 10th of Muharram, and that was a special time. And not only did Allah save Nuh and his people, but he saved Musa from the following of Pharaoh and his bad army on that day. And it was also the same day that Allah saved Prophet Yunus, Jonah, from the belly of the whale, the 10th of Muharram, and a day which we are recommended to also fast on. Scoreboard. Hamza still at the top, mashallah. Abbas family has the highest answer streak of 9. Interesting. Okay, we've still got the same people there on the top of the scoreboard. Come on, we need some more people to enter the top part of this scoreboard. 25. Allah sent prophethood to which people? I thought I said that, didn't I? Oh no. Allah sent prophethood to which people? Let me see what's happening here. Didn't I already ask this question? Maybe I meant Prophet Salih. Give me a second. I'll check what I've got here. I doubled up on this. Allah sent prophethood. Okay, so yeah, definitely it was Ad. I thought we just took that question. How did that happen? Okay, well, that's correct there. And we'll move to the next one. 26, multi-select. No, that shouldn't be multi-select, should be 1. All right, Allah sent Prophet Salih to which people? Which people did Allah send Prophet Salih to? Was it Thamud, red? Was it Ad, blue? Was it Quraysh, yellow? Was it Madian, green? It should just be one question, one answer that you choose for this one. Now remember, Prophet Salih came after Prophet Hud, and he came to a similar type of people. They'd been given great strength and power. They used to carve their palaces and their houses inside the mountains. They felt that they were special because they had that, and they didn't need to listen to Prophet Salih. So again, this pride and this arrogance in their minds. So who are the people of Salih? Thamud, Ad, Quraysh, or Madian? And the correct answer was Thamud indeed. It was the people of Thamud that Prophet Salih was sent to. And if we go to our last and final question, we'll go to our scoreboard, see who's at the top now, mashallah. Hamza's still up the top, Umar not far behind, Islam family at 5th. Last question, this could change anything, could make it or break it, never know what could happen here. Last question, are you ready? Drum roll. Death roll. Here we go. Oh, second last question, sorry, 27. Allah sent Prophet Salih to which people? SubhanAllah, I don't know what's happening here. This is repeating the same question for me again. All right, we know this answer. It should be the same answer as before. Nothing different. So bonus, it's a bonus points now for you. It must be the fasting, seeing doubles of things. Okay, we should all know the answer to this one. Allah sent Prophet Salih to which people? If we quick skip, we get the right answer. Yep, Thamud. Okay, last question now. Okay, last question now, I think. And this one is also about the people of Salih. Are you ready? Here we go. Last question. What did the people of Salih ask for as a miracle and sign? Did they say to Salih, get the sky to rain upon us with jewels and emeralds, red? Or we want a pregnant she-camel to come forth from the mountain, blue? Or we want lots of money, yellow? Or for Salih to bring their dead people back to life, blue, green? So what did the people of Salih ask for as a miracle and a sign? But of course, they didn't really care because the sign came, the miracle came, but they didn't believe. And they just started to make mockery, and they went against the command of Salih that he gave instructions to deal with this special gift and miracle, and they didn't. They made a mess of it. And the answer was, here we go, it was a pregnant she-camel to come forth from the mountain. That was the correct answer. And when Prophet Salih brought it for them, he tells them, do not hurt or harm this camel. Let it roam the land. So they let it roam the land. And then as the people started to feel as though their camels got scared of this camel, because it was actually quite large and different in appearance, when this camel would come to drink from the lakes or from the water, the other camels would get scared. So Salih said, one day this camel drinks and none of your camels drink. Whilst the next day, you swap. Your camels drink and this camel won't drink. And so they continued like that for a period of time until they started thinking, well, these are our camels, this is our land. Why should we be prevented from allowing our camels to drink water whenever they want? Let's go and kill this camel. And that's what they did. Two evil men went for a plot to go and find. One takes either a spear or an arrow, shoots at the camel, brings it down, and another one comes and then goes and kills it and finishes off. And of course, Salih alayhi salam was extremely distressed and upset with this. How dare they do this? And so that was the time which the punishment then would be issued forth from Allah. Allah saved Salih and his people, his believing people, but those that were intent on disbelieving ended up being destroyed. Stories of the Prophets. Let's see the podium. And coming in number 3 with bronze was Fatima. And silver, second was Umar. And first gold was, here we go. Who was it? Was Hamza. So Hamza, well done, mashallah. You are the winner today, followed by Umar and Fatima. But everyone is a winner today as long as you took part in today's Stories of the Prophets interactive quiz. You were a winner because you gave it a go. You joined and you encouraged one another with this halal, healthy competition. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments that you enjoyed it on the YouTube chat. If you'd like more of these sorts of things happening in the future, obviously we can't do it all the time. Take a lot of time to get ready. But if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, if you feel that there is benefit in this sort of stuff, Stories of the Prophets, the series, the interactive quiz, let us know, inshallah, in the comments, or just by return reply email. You would have got the Faqih's emails with any comments or suggestions or feedback. So we can take that into account, inshallah, for our future planning for programs. Mashallah, 27 out of 28 questions correct, Hamza. Umar got 27 out of 28 as well, so it was just a matter of the speed. And Fatima 26 out of 28. So Hamza, Hamza that came number 1, you'll need to get in touch with me. Just let me know via email. Make sure you've got my contact. I think you probably have, if I'm thinking of the same Hamza that I'm thinking of. There's many Hamzas though. And let us know right now that you were the one that got it, just so we know who you are, surname, and we can get the gift out to you, inshallah, as you are our winner for today. And congratulations to everyone for participating. And hopefully it was an enjoyable experience. And for those that were with us from the beginning of the series, a few weeks ago, we started with the Prophet Adam and his story and his life through to Prophet Saleh. Then this would have been a good review, inshallah. Hopefully a fun way to be able to cement that knowledge of the stories of the prophets in our minds, in our hearts, in our lives, and to be a means for us now to start fresh, inshallah, with the stories of the next prophets in our series. So if you'd like to give us that feedback, please, that'd be most welcome. Sometimes it's actually a lot of the time it's pretty difficult when you're just talking to a screen right now. So I'm just talking to a screen right now. So it helps when I've got the feedback there on the comments. I can see, I can gauge that interest, inshallah. The one issue though, if we do continue, which some of you have said that there's merit and benefit in continuing, is the timing probably won't be the same, given that at least in New South Wales, all schools now have to compulsorily, obligatorily, whatever you call it, obligatory now for students to go back to, to school, at least those that go to state schools. Then this current time won't work. So we may need to do something else. If you feel that it's not necessary for us to do the stories of the prophets live, that we could do it, for instance, recorded and then just post it out as a course or as a series of classes, and give you that access to it. If that is fine as well, then let us know. But if you think that the live interaction is good and beneficial for you, for your children, for your family, whoever, then as well give us that insight. It's important for at least for me to know, so I can see how we'll move forward with it. Probably definitely if we do another quiz, obviously that's got to be live. That's how it becomes more fun. It's not very fun if it's something that's recorded. But we'll just see how we can make sure that we get a good right time for everyone if we do end up doing a live stream for future programs and classes. So that was our last class. That was our last session for the stories of the prophets in Ramadan. We are now in the last couple of days of Ramadan, with Eid already being announced, at least here in Australia, with the Australian National Imams Council announcement on Sunday. With the local moon sighting obviously hasn't yet been announced. We will wait for that announcement to come in due time, inshallah, for the day of Eid. But either way, may you have a Mubarak Eid, may you have a blessed Eid. Eid will be a little different for everyone all around the world. It's not going to be possible to go out and perform Salatul Eid in the masajid in big congregations, maybe in small gatherings of 10 or less, that might be possible. But the huge congregations, that's obviously not going to be possible. So if you are willing or wanting, you can actually perform your Salatul Eid at home. And in the madhab of Imam al-Shafi'i, the hukum of Salatul Eid is sunnatun mu'akkada. It is a highly emphasized sunnah, and it can be prayed in groups as well as individually. This is in the fiqh of the madhab of Imam al-Shafi'i. It's perfectly acceptable for a person to pray Salatul Eid on their own if they are just single, or they can pray it together in a small group, in a small jama'ah at home. And it is also sunnah for there to be these Salatul Eid al-Fitr as well as the khutbah of Eid al-Fitr, that you can, even at home, you can have someone prepare a short khutbah, just like the Jum'ah khutbah, in two parts. You pray your Salatul Eid, which is 2 rak'at, performing 7 takbirs in the first rak'ah, after the opening takbir, and then 5 takbirs in the second rak'ah after coming back up from sujood, and to recite the Fatiha and the surah in each one of those rak'ahs aloud, just like you would recite in a night prayer. So just 2 rak'ahs, give the salam, and then you have someone get up and perhaps give a reminder, a khutbah, after that 2 rak'ahs in your home, and that way you would have fulfilled at least the sunnah of Salatul Eid. And remember, before Salatul Eid, to perform the Takbiratul Eid, and that begins from the night of Eid. So once the sun sets, and we know that it is Ramadan, those that are following the pre-announcement of Eid for Sunday, then you begin your Takbiratul Eid from Maghrib on that day, on Saturday night. You be Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Repeat it 3 times, and at the 3rd time, you say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd. Repeat that 3 times, and then you can add Allahu Akbar kabira walhamdulillahi kathira wa subhanallahi wa bihamdihi bukratan wa asila la ilaha illallah wahdah. And you continue to the end of that dhikr, very well known. You can get texts of it, so you can follow it along, inshallah. So you can begin reciting that from the night of Eid. And you can do that all throughout the night, and whatever it is that you are doing, remind yourself with the takbirat of Eid, such that that is the dhikr of the night of Eid, and it's the dhikr before the Salatul Eid as well. And once the Salatul Eid commences, just before that, then the takbir stops. And the time for Salatul Eid is from after Ishraq, from after the rising of the sun on the 1st day of Shawwal. So that is, it enters with the time of Salatul Duha, or the time of Salatul Ishraq, and it extends all the way up until Dhuhr. So you have all the way up until Dhuhr to pray your Salatul Eid. And don't think, oh, it's 10 a.m. I missed Salatul Eid. No problem. You can pray Salatul Eid 10 a.m. and you still got it in the right time. It's still valid. It's still adha. Even 11 o'clock, anytime up until the adhan of Dhuhr. You can pray Salatul Eid as 2 rak'at, whether individually or as a group. Question, can the Ahnaf pray Eid Salah by themselves in a small group? I'd have to double check. I'm not certain in terms of the detailed ahkam of the Hanafi madhab, but the Salatul Eid is a wajib in the madhab of Imam Abi Hanifa. But I just need to double check in terms of the minimum number for that wajib to be fulfilled in the madhab of Abi Hanifa. Perhaps if you're on the emailing list, or just send me an email, inshallah, so I can respond to your question accordingly. Also, in terms of Eid, it is recommended, let's stop this screen share, it is recommended on the night of Eid to prepare what it is that you are going to wear of your clothing for the next day, as well as to be in ibadah. Sayyidina Ali bin Abi Talib used to give life to 5 nights in the year. The 2 nights of Eid, that is the night of Eid al-Fitr, the night of Eid al-Adha, the night of first night of Rajab, the night of the 15th of Sha'ban, the night of the 1st of, and the night of Arafah. He used to give life to these 5 nights. And the Prophet ﷺ says, a person who gives life to the 2 nights of Eid, then Allah will give life to him or her on a day in which all hearts will be dead. And so the benefit of being in worship on the night of Eid is that Allah gives haya to your qalb, right? To your life, to your heart. So it's not a night of saying, that's it, I finished Taraweeh, I don't need to do anything. No, it's a time when you take it to a next level. And in the city, blessed city of Tarim, in many of the masajid, in Dar al-Mustafa, the practice is that there's a series of halaqat, study circles in the masjid, in the musalla, where the students and people will come together to recite different parts of the Quran throughout the night. And to keep people going, there'll be some coffee, there'll be juice, there'll be popcorn, there'll be chips, there'll be some snacks and stuff to keep them going throughout the night. So they'll come at a latter part of the night after they've done what they need in the early part of the night. And that way they give life to a good portion of the layl, of the night. And bare minimum is to pray Salat al-Isha in Jama'ah and to pray Salat al-Fajr in Jama'ah. And to add on top of that is to utilize a space within those two times to perform extra ibadah of Salah, of Quran, of dhikr. And then after midnight, the time for the recommendation for performing the Sunnah Ghusl for the Salatul Eid enters. And the time enters at midnight, referring to the halfway time between Maghrib and Fajr. If it's 12 hours, then 6 hours after Maghrib would be midnight according to the Islamic time. And that's when it's recommended, any time up until you perform the Salatul Eid, to perform your take a bath, ghusl, sunnah ghusl, and you make intention nawaitu sunnat al-ightisal liyawm al-Eid. I make intention to perform the recommended bath for the day of Eid. And even if you have young children, infants, babies, then it's also recommended for you to give them a bath on the morning of Eid or on the night of Eid, late night or early morning. And with that, you as the parent or the one that's bathing them, you make intention on their behalf. So I intend to bathe my baby for the ghusl of Eid, of the day of Eid. Wear your best clothing, take on the atar and perfume for the men that might be going out, if you are going out, even if you're at home, again, to adorn and use fragrance, and be in that takbir for the beginning of the morning up until the time for Salatul Eid. And after that is complete, that ibadah is complete, then it's recommended to do the tahni'atul Eid, and that is to congratulate each other in your household or whoever it is that you might be come into contact with, family and friends, to congratulate them on the day of Eid and to make dua for each other. Some forms of congratulations that you could use is تقبل الله طاعاتكم, may Allah accept your worship, كل عام وأنتم بخير, may every year find you in goodness and in ease, whatever good dua that you want to say for each other on the day of Eid. The Eid is also a day in which it's recommended for parents to be generous with their children. So to be generous, meaning to provide them opportunities, to give them time, to give them love, to give them good food, to give them nice clothing, good gifts, whatever it is that's going to bring that joy to them. It is recommended on the day of Eid to be in that humble, beautiful, spiritual state. And I remember in the blessed city of Tarim that just after performing Salatul Eid, there's actually a mini market that has all these toys that parents will go and they'll buy these toys for their different toys for their kids, and then bring them back home just to show them their happiness and their joy. And particularly if your children have been fasting this Ramadan, and it might be their first Ramadan, or they fasted a great deal of the days of Ramadan, then celebrate that, showcase that, and that will be a means of encouraging them to do good deeds beyond the month of Ramadan. The day of Eid is, as the pious people say, Al-Eid laysa liman labisa al-jadid. Eid isn't for the people that are wearing simply new clothes. ولكن العيد لمن طاعته تزيد. But Eid is for those people whose acts of worship are on the increase. And so that's what we should be looking towards, how we increase our ibadah on the day of Eid, and then following up Ramadan with the fasting of 6 days of Shawwal. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says a person who follows up the month of fasting of Ramadan with 6 days from Shawwal, then it will be as though he or she has fasted the entire year. So this is a recommended act. If you can perform that 6 days of fasting one after the other on the second day of Shawwal onwards. If not, then to break it up in the month of Shawwal, and in that way you would earn that reward of having fasted the entire year. كل عام وأنتم بخير تقبل الله طاعتكم. If anyone's got any final questions or comments, please put it up in the comments section. Up until this point, inshallah. Also, to this point, we've been broadcasting or streaming this via YouTube. We didn't do it via Facebook. We just wanted to make it accessible, particularly for youth and children, given that Facebook's probably not going to be a platform that they are going to access. If you're fine with that, if that worked well with you just on YouTube, then let us know that was good by you. If you feel that it would also be helpful to have it streamed via other platforms, such as Facebook, then also give us that feedback as well. We can see what we can do in terms of resources and planning for that in the future. كل عام وأنتم بخير, inshallah. That's all we have from our end. As long as you're on the mailing list, you will, inshallah, receive updates as to where we take these series from in the future. If you're not on the mailing list, if you don't receive my emails, then make sure you go to coolcollege.com/ or backslash, I don't know, coolcollege.com/events with an S, coolcollege.com/events, and then just choose Stories of the Prophets. Click that one and register there, so that way you can be added, inshallah, to our list and receive those updates. Inshallah, have the beautiful rest of the day and the rest of Ramadan. May Allah accept your fasting, your Quran, and your Salah, and may you have a lovely iftar today. Forgive us for our shortcomings. Make dua for us. Make dua for the entire ummah of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and for your parents, for your family, for your friends. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.